Let's go, yeah! Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different tabletop game every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out my first ever Renegade Game Studio Kickstarter critique. I don't think I've ever done them before. So I'm always excited to see how different companies run their Kickstarters differently. We're going to be checking out My Father's Works, and all of a sudden, there's one thing that I want to point out that's very low-key that I think is a really smart choice. Game trays. Right there. Now, I'd love to see the player count or the time length because I do believe this is going to be somewhat of an epic game. That'd be nice to pop up here. But that game trays, like, they want you to know you're going to be able to store this massive game. So an epic, I love that word, Victorian mad scientist game enjoyed over the course of three sessions? Are we getting like a mini bite-sized legacy campaign style game? I'm down for this. I'm digging it, and apparently everyone else is. We're almost up to $300,000. So if you enjoy this content, by the way, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers to celebrate my 9-year anniversary of making YouTube content. So, as always when I go into these videos, I'm thinking of three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? And how much is it? Hopefully you can convince me of at least one of those three things in this video. Let's go right now.
My Father's Work is a competitive Victorian-era mad scientist game where you compete to finish Father's masterwork, a glorious experiment that will change the world forever. Securing your legacy as the most infamous scientist of all time. Over the course of 3 generations, you will collect the ingredients you require to fuel your insidious experimentations and harnessing your new knowledge to attempt more ambitious projects, all the while careful not to incite an angry mob would drive themselves insane.
I just want to pause for a second and say I am already a fan of whoever is doing Renegade Games videos. They have shown me so much that I want to see. You've told me this is going to be epic. It's going to take place over 3 games. But then you leaked thematically how that's going to work. Oh, My Father's Work. So I'm going to be carrying on his torch, and so that works for me thematically. Not to mention, I'm just getting bombarded with the different tokens and chips and gameplay, and it all looks gorgeous, interweaved with the absolutely beautiful artwork, and, you know, with the moving pictures they've done. This has been a masterful 40 seconds so far.
As the game progresses, new locations become available, offering new decisions and interesting gameplay twists. You will need to balance completing work in your lifetime and passing down knowledge.
Oh, that's cool!
Each time you die, you pass on your estate, any journal entries, and a single experiment to the next generation. Everything else is lost to time.
That's cool.
My Father's Work is a rich, immersive story experience. The storybook, an in-depth electronic companion app, tells a vivid tale.
App integration!
Events and wrinkles with each play. Every decision matters, is remembered, and can take the narrative in wildly different directions.
What?
My Father's Work is the rich, classic mad scientist horror experience.
And I think that is brilliant what they're doing right there. And I don't know if I've seen another game do it. Now, granted, I unfortunately don't get to play too many of those campaign-style games. It's just not typically things I review. But I love that you have, like, it looks like a playmat down here, a board, but then also you're going to have this book that will be front and center, but with all the chips and the spots for the spaces and the tokens and the doodads and the what's it on the outside. I love that, but with the book in the middle, that means we can have a constantly changing, differing board every time. I love what they're showing on this.
That you've been waiting for. Help us bring a new world of horror to life.
Wow. Great. And I like that. You flash that right there at the end to once again reaffirm me, because you are showing me an insanely ambitious game. And from a smaller company, from a first-time company, I would have hesitation. So I love the fact you double flash that there's like, oh yeah, this is Renegade Game Studio. I know them. I've played some of their games. Excellent video. So immediately, do I want it? Out the door, yes. I feel like this is going to appeal to so many gamers, and they knew that this wasn't going to be something that you were going to stumble onto as a first-time gamer. Like, they weren't like, how is Kickstarter? You know, it's like we are going after a very specific audience. I love what they're doing here. Woo! Great video. Great video. So, as always, double check here, because I'm always interested to see how the customer service is going to be, and I see 1, 2, 3, Jalop's not going to help with the customer service. So 3 people, potentially, that are going to be collaborating in the comments and the updates. That always is spectacular. Love to see that. They got the links to impress, but let's see how many games they have out and pending, because I've learned my lesson. I always double check this. I want to make sure everything's good. So let's see. iTest, I know Warp's Edge is out, and I know Warp's Edge is supposed to be spectacular. I'd love to try that one out. So I know that one is out right there. So we'll look at everything above this. Let's take out the last one. Embargo, rule the waterfront. And what we're just making sure here is the comment section is not a flaming dumpster fire. It's 124 comments. There is absolutely nothing happening here. So no, that's not a flaming dumpster fire. Let's check out Vampire. So this is a big IP game. And we're just trying to make sure to see how many games they have out and pending. So right now they have 1 game that has not shipped, I believe, with that last one. All right, so let's see. Updates and comments. Can I change the address? I got my confirmation email. Awesome. Excellent. Fulfillment beginning soon. This is great. So they have like very few games pending and out. So can they do it? That is a huge check mark. Yes. Do I want it as a big check mark? Yes. So hopefully, and I hope they did this, because you had just a spectacular video. We don't beat around the bush. We don't, we don't stroke our ego a little bit more, talk about the design or anything like that, or the components. Just give me the price. Get me the price. Get me the price. I want to see it. This product will not be sold through distribution. Don't miss out. Become a mad scientist today. I'm fine with that. You want to give me that fear of missing out? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. That's what Kickstarter is. Oh my God, I can't miss it! I can't possibly miss this. Will be available through our website at increased price. Okay, so, that's all right. So you got the fear of missing out, but then you're like, all right, we'll still give it to you, but it's going to be more. All right, don't miss out on the best value for this amazing game. Cool. My father's work. Great. 14 plus, 2 to 4 players, 180. I'd love to see that on the front somewhere, but this is great. Components. Awesome. No. There we go. Price. Awesome. Just the price. Slap me with it. I almost would like it up here, I think, but hey, whatevs. Great. $99 includes everything shown plus all unlocked Stodge Gold content for only $99. So now, the game sounds incredibly ambitious, but we still have to be realistic. These videos, they get me so excited sometimes. They get me so frustrated sometimes, and I try and like clear out that emotion and just look at the actual what you're getting. $99. Let's go. So immediately we're getting, looks like 30 minis. Can I count? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 24 minis. That's a good chunk of minis. We got the cool little bases on them. You got this book right here. I'd like to know how many pages that is, and hopefully you're going to go more in depth in all these components in here. Okay, but are we going to go? No. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not a fun shot. This is if I'm making this big purchase, $99, that's a big purchase. Like, think about that. Think about what games you could get right now on Cool Stuff Inc. or Miniature Market for $100. For the same price. So we haven't even got to the shipping. Think of all the stuff you could get that you know is going to be spectacular. Maybe they're games you've played like once. You could probably go get 2 or 3 of those games right now, maybe for that same price. So this is an important section to me, and I don't feel like this is well done here. Cool, you're telling me all this, but I want that long stretching shot where it's like zoomed in on the minis. 32 pages in this booklet, and you have like you have some sort of like, maybe it's a GIF even, where like, ooh, it's showing me a couple of the pages and how each one's gonna be different and unique and cool. And like, what are these? These little cubes stacked up? I can't tell. I can't see these components. Hopefully this is a nitpick, and we're gonna see this a little bit further down, but. And metal coins? Like, metal coins? And did I see metal? Oh, they're right here. They look super generic and unexciting. And I'm sure when they come to me, they will not be super generic and unexciting. And maybe you don't know exactly what coins you're going to go with, but at least give us a rough idea. Don't just give us these shiny little tin things down here. That's not what I want. So how much is it? Still, I know the price, but I gotta see the value. I gotta see the value. So the scenarios. Each scenario features 60,000 plus words, 350 story events. Oh my gosh! That right there! Holy guacamole! Now this is giving me some value here. Each scenario features 60,000 plus words. That does seem a little bit odd that you'd mention that. I feel like you're like a high school kid and you're like, we have 60,000 words in our scenario book, Mr. Johnson! Oh, that sounds impressive, Billy. Like, it just seems odd. 350 story events, approximately 1 in 13, some impressive numbered chance of having the same story twice. That's spectacular. You're trying to impress us. We're the teacher. Epic storyline of Got the Core. Radically branching narrative that changes based on the choices you make, goals you accomplish or not. These all sound insanely amazing. Scenario 1, the cost of disease. The yellow fever has struck the village. This is not... So this is in the game. This is what I'm getting in the game right now. Okay. And visits to its somber limits force the... Oh! So is this... this is inside of the game, right? Because this is one of the scenarios in this game. One scenario, one box, the cost is these. Yeah, okay, so this is a box inside of here. And once again, this is why this picture thing, I'm not a fan. But this gets me. So this is more stuff in that box. Okay, and so now I'm seeing, this is looking good. Okay, so now we're seeing that $99 price point. And then what is this? This is scenarios Fear of the Unknown. This is not included in the box. Okay, just to clarify, this is the cost of disease. This is what we get. This is not in there, but it looks very much like it's in there. Correct? Let me know if any of you are backers. This scenario, I believe, is something that I'm going to pay additional for, but I think it looks like it's just kind of lumped in the way you have it here. But quite honestly, it almost doesn't even look like this belongs with that. It's just very confusing, at least to me. But I'm pretty dumb. All right, scenario 3, A Time of War. The specter of war haunted the small village. This is great. I love this. I love what you're showing me here. I'm assuming these are expansion boxes, though. Play the game using the interactive act. This is spectacular. I'm excited. Okay, same words. Once again, I feel like that little bit of redundancy is, what's the word? Redundant. Like, we just saw this. Like, remember? It was right here. Like, okay. Anywho. The Chronicles. So this is something that is in the book. This is you focusing in depth more. Okay, so oh wow, this is what I was asking for earlier. This is really cool, and this is in the game. But right here, it almost looks like an add-on to me because this, I'm pretty sure, is an add-on. Correct? Ugh. The layout. I'm not a fan. 2 scenarios unlocked. Explore the towns. Each scenario so 2 new scenarios unlocked. This just feels so insanely randomly thrown in. It was just like somebody was like, I don't know, they just, whoop, where are we going to put it? Just copy, paste, there! And we're like, okay, we're going to put it right under the Chronicles. Because, wait, are these new scenarios in the Chronicles? So each page is called a scenario? Is that? Each scenario adds about 20 different Village Chronicle map pages. Oh! So that's essentially adding 40 freaking pages to each scenario. Wow! Wow! There's a much better way to get me to realize that than the way you did that. I can't pinpoint it, but I'm sure, because it's just, you have, this is all, we're still looking at so are these are stretch goals. So these are in the game. These are stretch goals that have become unlocked that I didn't know were. Which is why, maybe right here, boom, stretch goal unlocked. Something like that, so I know, okay, so base game, like boom, base game. Stretch goal unlocked in every copy. Something like that. That would help me better realize what's going on, I think. I'm assuming that's what's happening right now. But adding 40 pages, that is wowzers. Okay, so $99 is looking very realistic. The village board. Oh, I was excited. Giant puzzle board that represents the town. Oh, it's a puzzle constructed one, which leads the possibility that potentially in the future you could add on extra puzzle pieces, expansion stuff, maybe. Who knows? That gets me excited. The estate. This is, so we're back to the game. We're back to the game, and I'm loving the game. But this is not about the game. I'm not reviewing the game. I'm reviewing the Kickstarter page. And right now, the game is carrying... Woo, boards are dual layered. This looks great. These components look great. The experiments. What are experiments? I don't know. It gets me excited, though. And I'm assuming these are something in the game. Because at this point, we've just kind of wandered into no man's land. Where you're just throwing stuff at me like, hey, here's more stuff. I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out, but I'm loving it. Feels like I'm tripping on shrooms. The ingredients. What do we got? We got this. So now you're showcasing me some awesome components. Or what are going to be awesome components. This one looks like clip art. I calls them like I see them. It's like... this one kind of does too. It looks like they... but, yeah, this is great. This is great. Why wasn't this kind of spotlighted more way higher? The characters. And now, here we go. Yeah, these minis look cool. These minis look really interesting and different. I'm excited for these minis. But that first picture, wasn't excited. Because I couldn't really see anything. It was so small. The game does look like it's got a lot, including with stretch goals especially. Oh, I haven't got there. I'm excited. Pledge to help unlock washed mini stretch goals. Now, wasn't this the thing that got that one company in trouble? Skybound Games, where they were like, if we hit this first goal, everything's going to be washed, and then they didn't hit the goal. or something like that. It was bad. It looked bad. And then they ended up canceling it. It was crazy, man. Kickstarter's crazy. Okay, cool. Talking to me about stretch goals again. Just kind of peppering that in there. I guess you're getting me excited to see the stretch goals. But honestly, as I always say, at this point, I really do not like how this Kickstarter's ran. Because that video, remember, let's go back to that video. If you weren't here when I watched the video, it was amazing. It was 2 minutes of absolutely spectacular with me stopping in numerous different intervals talking about how spectacularly made the video was. You should have just went straight to the video, bam, to the price. And then that big component list. Everything that we're seeing here, without all the stuff that we don't need, and just that $99 price point, and I'm sold. But I wasn't at first. Remember, I was like, I don't think this $99 value is great. I need to see more. But there's tons here. It's just you beat around the bush to get to it. I don't like it. The organizer, game trays. Jesus, this is in here. Insert stretch goal and luck. So we're getting a game trays insert, $99. We're done. We're done. Yes. Do I want it? After that video, yes. Can you do it? Yeah, you're freaking Renegade Game Studios. How much is it? Now we're at 2 there. And I would say I'm leaning towards a 2 on this. You have proven to me everything I need to know. And wowzers, that $99 value now is looking good. Because this game trays, that looks great. This looks spectacular. Show me how everything's going to be set up. Love it. Organizer insert. And so now we have, it's just, once again, they feel like they're peppered in. And it's just so odd. The layout of the stretch goals. Take up the mantle. Okay, I don't know what that means. Why is this here? It's just a nice picture. You know, it's like my grandma's screensaver. It's like, why'd you pick that one? She's like, I just saw that on Facebook. I thought it was a nice picture. It's like, I thought this was a nice steampunk picture. I thought it fit, so we just threw it in there. Oh, okay, cool, Grandma. Yeah, the resources knowledge. That's how I feel, though. Like that. Let me know. Does that seem out of place to you? It's just there, just there. Gather resources. Cool. Okay, so now we have pivoted away from components into gameplay. Because once again, this does kind of feel like we're wandering through no man's land. I hate the organization of this Kickstarter. There's so much amazing going on with this game, though. I feel like it's succeeding, like, vastly in spite of this story, which I feel like it's just clumbered. It's just clumpled up. Gather resources, knowledge, ingredients. Okay. Perform experiments. Cool. This looks cool. Upgrade your estate. Ooh, that gets me excited. Very excited. Pass on your knowledge to future generations. Oh, that was that card tucking thing. Yeah. Complete your masterwork. Great. This is all good. Read the rule booklet. Rule booklet, not final. That's fine. And I've seen companies that don't put the rule booklet, and they're like, well, it's not finished yet. And they say, you shut your mouth and you give us what you got. We want to see it. Like, come on. This is a buying decision for us. Once again, going back to that cool mini thing. Should I spend $100 here, or should I spend $100 on games that I know will be shipped to me in like 4 days, and they're going to be spectacular, my friends are going to be excited to play them, or do I take the risk on this? And so just make it easier. And I'm glad that they put this here, even though it's not complete. And it looks like, so I see some gaps here. I'm sure they're going to have something there, hopefully. But I'm looking for pictures, illustrations, examples. It looks good, and they're a decent company. I don't think I've had any issues with any of their rule booklets before. Now, I don't think I've played too many of their games. So we got a preview. Townsfolk talk. I don't care. Preview. No, thank you. Is this the gameplay? I'm just looking for gameplay. That's all I want. It's gameplay. There we go. There's the gameplay. That's what I want. That's what I most likely want with this. Honestly, if I'm going to spend $100, I would want to watch the gameplay video and see, do I want to play this 3 times? Unboxing. My Father's Work board game, cool. The unboxing, also nice. I want to see those components because I don't feel like you did a great job showcasing them. Funded. Scenario 2, Fear the Unknown. I personally feel like I like to see what your stretch goals were. I feel like, especially if they're what I like to call micro stretch goals. So if they're like smaller stretch goals, where it's like every $5,000 we're going to get something new. Because when you have those stretch goals, it's like, oh, I might have to check that. I got to check that because that's or even when they're 10,000 or 50,000, like. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when there's so many stretch goals, and it's like numerous stretch goals potentially happening in a day, you want to check back, and by checking back, that's how you stay on the top of the popularity chart. And right now, I believe they're number 2. They got knocked over by the dice, but still. So I feel like it's a misstep taking away the price here. Because that just, I feel like seeing that there's got lots of stretch goals unlocked, and then knowing what they're going to be, I don't know. Let me know what you think. So these are, in fact, in the game. Awesome. I would put a little logo up there that says stretch goal unlocked. Because as I said, I was confused earlier. Add wash to metal coins. Cool. Once again, I'd still like maybe a zoom in on these coins a little bit more. Scenario. So this is huge value. This is like massive value we're getting here. Great. Because it's all in the base game. Right? I think? Unlocked? So is there just the one pledge level? No, there's more. Okay. Oh, it's the retailer's pledge. Okay, this is the one. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Renegade. Thank you, Renegade. Make it nice and clean and clear. It's not confusing over here. You got the $1 thank you. Whatevs. You want the game? Cool. Oh, you want a store? Cool. That's it. In, out. But why didn't you make it easier for the people who don't go just straight over here? Like, I feel like there is no doubt in my mind that this is awesome value. And like, as this... But once again, I hate the fact... Oh, so here we go. So now we're getting numbers. Yeah, these are what I call micro stretch goals every $10,000. Don't hide that fact. Like, I feel like that just builds more excited. Yeah, the Kickstarter page is like they vomited everywhere, but it sure does look compelling. Yes, Yogi Bear, I agree. Ralph Clark, clumbered and clumpled should be official new words. I'm petitioning someone. All right, so we got the resource designs. Wow. Still the same total number, but 3 new designs. That's great. Like, nice, intricate little touches to the game. Like, all these stretch goals just need to be higher. Like, every single one of these. Just bam. I would put them right at the front because you are not, at this point now, trying to get this game made. You are trying to get this game to be the best, insanely crazy, high-quality game you can make. And so pivot. Pivot. You know, we do it in board games all the time. This is your time to pivot. You need to focus on the, whoa, what's going to happen? And not the, oh yeah, this is a cool game. Your video does that for you anyway, I think. Because, God, that video is great. Upgrade spot. Oh, so you're showing me everything that's coming as well. Washed minis. Then, okay. And then we get straight from the stretch goals, the shipping. So here we go. Necessary evils. I like that. US $10. Wow. Holy shnikes. I'm giving this a 2. Well, there is no whale. I can't give it a 2. But it's a 1. It's a strong 1. Like, they scratched every itch. But damn it. Why did you make me go through all of that to get to how spectacular? $10 shipping. That's insanity. This is a huge box, I think. I would imagine. How are you shipping it for $10? I'm just... Okay. Taking a breather, because this Kickstarter is amazing. They have so much amazing going on, but they don't advertise they're amazing. You have $10 United States shipping on a gigantic box, and you're not going to spotlight that earlier? You're saying necessary evil. We're thinking $20-$30. Like, let me know in the comments. But I don't think anyone was like, yeah, $10 was about what I was expecting for this one. No, everybody's like, eh, $10. Like, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, UK 13, get out of here. $21 to Canada. How in the hell are you shipping this to $21 to Canada? Cards Against Humanity style box, when I shipped it to Canada, $18. I mean, woo, these are so good. Okay. You got Renegade Game Studio. You need to go talk to the people that are running that Stardew Valley style card game right now, and you need to pick that game up and pick up their shipping, because if you pick up their shipping, they're going to be $1 million project. There we go. And if you actually do it, I want give me a Gen Con pass or something, because I'm telling you, you guys should do that, because their shipping is god-awful. It's abysmal. Even though they did fix it a little bit. So what's going on? Poor Reserve, French, cool. Oh, and then you got a whole Our Mad Scientist, game designer, cool. Moving picture, like it, great, excellent. Timeline, cool. February 2022, sounds realistic. Refund policy, oh, okay. A full refund for your Kickstarter pledge will be available until 14 days after the campaign ends upon request. After this time, we'll charge an 8%. Okay, so great. Right up here at front, point to it. Love it. Get in front of it. Might have adjusted prices for the box's increased size with all stretch goals. $10 sounds like the base box. Oh. Do I need to read more over here? Get a copy of My Father's Work, along with all unlocked stretch goals. My Father's Work is a Renegade exclusive and will not be available in general distribution. Shipping to be charged post-campaign in Pledge Manager. And the shipping's $10, right? Did I miss something? Let's go back to the shipping. Project Next Generation Pledge level. My Father's Work. Okay. So if you're actually gonna be able to do $10, that's amazing. Oh, the ship. Okay, so there's taxes they're gonna be collected in the back end as well. Okay, so that's gonna add a little bit to it, which will add essentially to the shipping. And honestly, because, you know, it's money they're making one way or another. Okay. Either way, still, I think if you got $10 shipping, you advertise the $10 shipping. You know, if I find out there's like a $15 upcharge at the very end of this, am I really going to complain that much? Because then it's like, all right, $25 shipping. I still feel like, ooh, I would spot like that. So let's get to the FAQ now. Oh, did I see everything? Did I see everything? It's long. Jalop. My Father's Work is a worker placement Euro board game in which two... What the hell is this doing here? Like, what? What? Did someone forget to... I'm going to guess someone forgot to backspace this one. My Father's Work is a worker placement Euro board game in which 2 to 4 players are competing mad scientists into... Okay. Goes back to what Yogi Bear said. Looks like they vomited everywhere about this game. But luckily, man, their vomit tastes good. Because damn it, this looks like a great game. Is there a solo version? There's a competitive multiplayer game with choices and... Okay. Can I play My Father's Work without the... And I like that they got in front of it. Like, no. Just no. You want to solo games? Go check out other stuff. Will My Father's Work be available after the Kickstarter? We've already answered that. Will retail? Is there an insert? Are the bottles really glass? Yes. Wow. Cool. And once again, this goes back to what I was saying with the components at the very beginning. I would have mentioned that. These are real glass with tiny cork stoppers. Like, you could have put that on there in that $99 value that I scoffed at first. You know, it's a little bit closer to not being me scoffing at it. Because in the end, I'm like, damn, this is a good value. But at the beginning, I was like, damn, I'm not sure. All right, how much is shipping? Shipping is dependent on your Okay. What? Okay, these FAQs are... I don't like these FAQs. I don't want to go through any more of them. They're just so... blah, and they're necessary. So here's what I recommend, and I recommend this. I feel like I do it every day now. Go check out the Reload Kickstarter from Colossal Games. Check out how they organize it. Some other people have done it as well. It's a great way to do it. Essentially, you just put a big word right here, and then it categorizes everything. So shipping section, component section, price section, all that stuff. Project update, let's see. Ooh, ow, that's bad. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. 75 and 1. That tells me that is not an engaging update in any way, shape, or form. If you only had one person comment on it. Let's start scenarios. Wow, it's alive. Cool. Ask me anything. Live with TC Petty. Cool. So this is great. You're telling me a lot here. This is all good. Excellent. And that's why I got a lot of hearts. But, once again, I always recommend end with a question. End with a question. Because if you ended with literally just about any question pertaining to this game, what's your favorite mad scientist scenario? You know, anything. You don't even have to focus on the game. You can just focus on the general theme. Or just on science in general. And you could get people discussing and talking here. Because, you know, the people that are buying this game, I would say, most likely, are probably rather intelligent on the intelligent side. Because it's going to take a lot to comprehend all the stuff going on in this game. And so they want to chit-chat. They want to talk about stuff like that. I always highly recommend asking a question so you can get more engagement and you can percolate that Kickstarter algorithm. After the campaign, I'd love to see a bunch of these different scenario expansions at a price less than $20 before, / in addition to just another big... After the campaign, I'd love to see a bunch of these different scenario expansions at a price less than $20 before, / in addition to just another big expansion. Okay. Nobody commented on that. Always weird when you don't comment on stuff like that. Like, and that's why I saw you had 3 collaborators. Everybody's just going to leave that odd Nancy comment there, because I thought her name was Nancy. Like, just there. Or someone going to respond to it. Maybe respond to it. Thank you. With your help, we reached our funding goal. Because here's the other thing. Look at it from, like, the perspective of being, like, nobody wants to be rejected. And Nancy just reached out to you. She just directly reached out to you, and she said something about your game. Because she was excited about your game. What did she say? I really want to feel like it. After the campaign, so this is something I'd love to see. Oh, Beastygrams. I don't know why I thought it was Nancy. Beastygrams. Maybe because I know someone with Nancy with a dog like that. That's weird how my brain works like that. She's reaching out to you. She's saying something. And then you're like, no. We're just not going to respond at all. It's like, even if it's just a nicety or something like that. Or, like, anything. Because does that make me want to reach out to you? Like, does that make me want to go like, hey, Renegade, in the comments? No, because I'm like, nah, maybe I won't. Because once you get to be past like 12 hours, maybe 16 hours, but no, with you, you're a big company in our hobby. You know, and we always have to take that pill and say our hobby is super tiny. But, you know, you're a big company in our hobby, and it's 21 hours, or what is it? It was 21 or 12 hours. It's a long time not to respond to somebody on your update. I mean, they actually responded to your update. They were the one person who actually was like, hey, an update, cool, I want to talk to you guys. And you're like, because you didn't ask me anything, like you just kind of puked a bunch of stuff about the game on me. Congrats on such fast funding. Congrats for funding. And these are just people like, congrats. So they tickled the algorithm with the congrats a little bit. Good for you. You got that. You earned that with a spectacular video. But how are you going to keep people engaged? How are you going to make it so next Tuesday when that another big comment of a minis game comes down, it's not going to squash you? You got to get people commenting. You got to get people updating in your updates, your comments, and I don't see it. I don't see it here. So you got 3 people on the customer service apparently in there, but these updates, I step them up. Like, you got a lot of amazing information, but you're not getting people engaged. And the one person who did engage, you didn't talk to him. Does that make me want to talk to you? Hey, Joe, manager approval, public response. I liked it last night when I bought the stretch goal problem up. Them, or was it the night before? I forgot. I referred to it as a very antiseptic response, but you get it. Little honesty goes a long way. What's wrong with saying we screwed up the structure on the stretch goals and no add-ons? Like, not even sleeves. People have been shooting them. Okay, so this is 9 minutes. They've mentioned they do have... so we do have a little bit of something going on in the comments. Now, first thing, as I always say, any comments are good comments. They really are when it comes to Kickstarter algorithm. Kickstarter doesn't care what's being talked about. They care that people are talking. So this is great because you have someone responding to them, and you haven't even popped your head in. I'm assuming you will. So Jeremy Vickers really into this. And I know a lot of people have concerns about the app. Myself, I think the company has a good track record for maintaining apps up to a decade for one of them. So these people are worth their weight in gold. You love this. These people are getting people talking, and you are not in there yet. But this is really recent. Wow, this is great. This is good for you. Good for you. Screen printing on the trackers is a stretch goal. That should have been all one goal, because if we only... they don't like your stretch goals. They don't like your stretch goals. Okay. Well, you can tell, and here's the thing. And that's... Now we see the double-edged sword of doing micro stretch goals. Micro stretch goals are normally not what I like to call bangers. A banger stretch goal is when it's like, oh my gosh, we gotta hit that. That's going to be amazing. Most of the time, micro stretch goals, because you have to do it. I mean, it just makes sense. You know, you can't have banger stretch goals every $10,000, or else your game's going to cost like $5 million to make. It's just not feasible. But now you have people complaining about those micro stretch goals. It's interesting. It's interesting to see the double-edged sword, because I personally love micro stretch goals, and I think they're the way to go. But I mean, these people they're talking. They're not happy. We are actively watching the comments, and I can assure you that our team is in constant communication. Virtual high five, Frederick. I think, what is this one? They could have taken the approach of just announcing a new bonus every day and stating the game is fully complete from day one. I hope that after we hit the wash minis that there are some more. Okay, wow. You got a lot of people who really care about your game here. You know, that was the wisdom of Michael Mendez. I never personally heard it, but through my buddy Lance, who worked for Tasty Minstrel Games. No, it was Daniel. It was Daniel who said it. It was this basic principle that isn't it amazing that people love what we do so much that they take the time to comment in our comment section about how much they don't like it. Because, you know, that really shows that they care about what we're doing and about our games, which means we're doing something right. And it's a great way to look at life. It really is. It's a beautiful way to look at life. It's like... S. Joe Walters, you know, he might be pissed, but he still supports you, and he likes what you're doing. He wants to see you do better. That's what everyone here, they want you to see you do better. Now, maybe better is not actually better for, you know, business model or whatever, but still. Hey, there's me. I tickle the algorithm. Interested in your thoughts. Planning on tuning in for a while. Cool. Thanks, Joe. With the game trays. So we got a collaborator popping in. Okay. So I do see some pretty good... nope. There we go. We got collaborators popping in. We got creators. I'm looking for the green rectangles. That's all I'm looking for here. And so, wow. Okay. Nope. We got some stuff. Oh, man. I'm deeply concerned about being an app-dependent game. Oh, I am a former video game player that made the decision to step... Okay, so this is mildly concerning that this is the first time I'm finding out about this. I am deeply concerned about this game being an app-dependent game. I'm a former video game player that made the decision to step away from digital gaming world. I like to think that even in the worst-case scenario, failure of... I don't know. I don't know exactly how all that stuff works, to be honest with you, but I have gotten burned before. And I think we all have, where you had that app for something or another, and then eventually just stopped working. And because that stopped working, and because the product discontinued, it was no longer a thing. Like I'm not 100% sure of this, but I think Golem Arcana was like that, where I don't think maybe you can play it anymore, or maybe you have to like do something weird to download an app on hard booted or something crazy like that. And so that's a legitimate concern. It really is. But do you want to mention it? No. I mean, I look at this from the marketing perspective and say, no, I'm not going to mention it. Like, I don't, whatever. We'll just not talk about it. So there you go. In the end, my father's work, I'm going to give this one a 1. There is no 2. So 2's back for the whale. There is no whale, so I'll give it a 1. Regardless of gripes about components or the stretch goal layouts or how it looks like, as Yogi said, that they just vomited everything from a Kickstarter page onto one spot, it is still, this game, it looks really cool. It looks like a really unique game. I would love to check this one out. That is my father's work. I'll give it a 1, very strong 1, from Renegade Game Studio. Very cool looking game. If it looks like it might be a cup of tea, be sure to check that one out in the comments down below. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please, no. Also, in the comments below, let me know. Sorry, I got that mixed up. If you were a mad scientist, you could do one mad science experiment to take over the world. What would it be? Like realistically, in your current situation, what is your scenario to taking over the world? For me personally, I would love to run for political office and then just keep climbing somehow. And then, I don't know, do something crazy. But honestly, I'm not particularly strong or rich or intelligent or fast. I can't punch really hard. So I don't know how else I'm taking over the world. So I feel like politics is about my only shot there, to be quite frank. Like, I just, I'm not a good builder. I can't really build mad science experiments. But luckily, this game makes me look like maybe I could do it on the table. So that's what I love about it. But let me know in the comments below. How are you going to take over the world as mad scientist? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.